It happened about 6 years ago. I was living alone at the time, in a basement apartment just outside the city. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was mine. Rent was cheap, and the neighborhood felt safe enough. Quiet streets, a small park nearby, lots of families. I worked late, hospitality. I'd get home around midnight, sometimes later, depending on how long it took to close. There was a little 24-hour grocery store about a block from my place. I'd stop there, maybe 2-3 times a week, on my way back, grab something quick, ramen, eggs, beer, whatever. I never thought twice about it. Not until that night. It was just past 1 a.m., I think. The store was nearly empty. Just the cashier and me. I grabbed a few things, checked out, said thanks, and stepped outside. And that's when I saw him. He was standing across the lot, maybe 20 feet away, just standing. Not leaning on a car, not walking, just facing me, not moving. He looked like a regular guy. Hoodie, jeans, could have been someone's brother or boyfriend. But there was something off about how still he was. Like he'd been waiting. I paused, gave him a quick nod, polite, like you do. He didn't nod back, didn't even blink, just stood there, watching. I walked to my car. It was parked closer to the entrance than his was. Or maybe he wasn't parked at all. There weren't many cars in the lot, and I didn't see one near him. Still, I didn't want to be dramatic. I unlocked my car, got in, locked the doors, tried not to look. I told myself it was nothing. Probably just some guy waiting for a ride, maybe on something. Who knows? But then I looked up, and he was walking toward me. Slow, steady. Not like someone heading to their own car. He was heading for me. I started the engine. Didn't wait to back out carefully. Just threw it in reverse. Heart racing. Pulled out and drove off. Fast. Didn't look back. I didn't go home right away. I drove around the neighborhood for 10, maybe 15 minutes. Just to be sure I wasn't being followed. When I finally got home, I parked 2 blocks away and walked the rest of the way in the dark. Constantly checking behind me. Nothing. No one. But I still couldn't shake the feeling. That crawling, icy feeling, like I'd avoided something I wasn't supposed to survive. The next night, I didn't stop at the store, or the next, but on the 3rd night, I needed something. And I figured, okay, maybe I overreacted. Maybe he was just some weirdo. He didn't do anything, right? So I went back. Same cashier, same quiet place. As I was leaving, I made sure to glance across the lot. No one. I felt stupid for being so scared. Until I got home. I pulled into the driveway, turned off the car, and reached over for the grocery bag in the passenger seat. And that's when I saw it. A small piece of paper tucked under my windshield wiper, like a parking ticket. I hadn't noticed it when I got in. I'd been too distracted, I guess. I got out, pulled it off. It was folded, neatly. There were just 4 words written inside, in blocky, shaky letters. Nice car, following next. I moved 3 weeks later. Never used that store again. Never saw that man again. But I've still got the note. Some nights, I pull it out just to remind myself how close I came, and to wonder what would have happened if I'd stayed in the lot just a minute longer. When I moved into my new apartment, I was hopeful. It wasn't much. 2nd floor of an old walk-up, paper-thin walls, slanted floors. But the rent was cheap, and I was trying to rebuild. New city, new job, clean start. It was quiet too. That was what I liked most. The building had this stillness to it. You could hear the occasional cough through the wall, or a shower running upstairs. But mostly, it felt empty, like everyone kept to themselves. There was a window in my bedroom that overlooked the alley. Directly across from it was the side of another building. Just a brick wall and a few identical windows. No curtains, no signs of life. I started noticing the light in the window across from mine on the 2nd night. Just one window. 2nd floor. Left side. The light would turn on sometime after midnight. Always after midnight. At first, I didn't think much of it. Could be someone working nights, watching TV, whatever. But it was never anything on in the room. Just the light. Nothing else. No movement. No shadows. No change. Every night, exactly the same. One night, around 2 a.m., I got up to pee and glanced out the window. And I swear, there was someone standing there. Not moving, just a silhouette behind the glass, like they were staring directly back at me. I blinked, looked again. Gone. I laughed at myself, shook it off. Probably a trick of the light, sleep haze. But it happened again. 2 nights later, same shape, same window, same hour. I couldn't see a face, just the outline of a head and shoulders. Like someone watching me watch them. Eventually, I started checking for it. Not because I wanted to, but because I couldn't not. I'd lie in bed, waiting, staring at the ceiling, and when the clock hit 12:17, I don't know why, but it was always 12:17, the light would turn on across the alley, every night, and I'd stare, waiting for the shape to appear. Sometimes it did. Sometimes it didn't. But when it didn't, it felt worse. Like it was there, just lower, just out of view. Like it had moved. I stopped sleeping. Started drinking too much. Calling in sick. One night, I worked up the nerve to walk across the alley in the middle of the night. Just to look at that window from the street. When I got there, I looked up. It was empty. No curtains, no furniture, dust coating the inside of the glass. Vacant. It was a storage unit. No one lived there. I stood there staring up at it, for what felt like forever. Then I heard a sound behind me, back toward my building. I turned. Second floor, my window. There was someone standing in it, just watching. I moved out the next day. Didn't pack everything. Left behind half my stuff. Didn't even wait for my deposit. I haven't looked out a second floor window since, and I don't let lights stay on past midnight. But sometimes, when I close my eyes, I can still see that glow across the alley, and the shape that never moved, but somehow always got closer. We weren't even together that long. 3 months, maybe 4, depending on how you count the off and on parts. One of those relationships that starts fast, texts all day, falling asleep on the phone, that giddy, obsessive kind of closeness. But it changed. Not in some dramatic way. No screaming matches. No cheating. Just little things. He'd ask where I was too often. Get quiet when I didn't answer fast enough. Once, he showed up to my apartment, uninvited. Said he just happened to be nearby. He wasn't. After a while, I ended it. Told him it wasn't working, that I needed space. He didn't take it well. Called me 5 times that night, then texted to say he understood, that he wanted to stay friends. That was the last I heard from him. For a while. I live alone. Small place, ground floor, near the edge of town. There's a porch out front, and my bedroom faces the street. At night, it's quiet enough to hear the train a few miles off, or the wind move through the trees. The first night it happened, I was in bed, scrolling my phone. It was past 2 a.m. I heard something on the porch. Just a creak. A soft one. Like someone had stepped on the far edge of the wood. I got up and looked through the peephole. Nothing. Told myself it was the wind. But I didn't sleep well. A few nights later, I heard it again. Creak. Then stillness. This time I turned off the lights and peeked through the curtain. There was a figure, standing just outside the edge of the porch light. Not moving. Just there. Head tilted, like they were listening to something inside. I wanted to call someone, the cops, a friend, anyone, but I couldn't move, could barely breathe. Then, slowly, the figure turned and walked away. No rush, just walked off into the dark. The next morning, I checked my security cam. It was unplugged. I don't even remember doing that. It kept happening. Always between 2 and 3 a.m. Sometimes footsteps. Sometimes the sound of the door handle rattling, gently, like someone testing it, trying not to be heard. Once, I found a flower on the mat, a single daisy, no note. Another time, a photo, one of me, at a coffee shop I don't even remember visiting. It was printed on regular paper, slightly curled at the edges. That's when I called the police. They said they'd patrol the area, Told me to get better locks. I did. Still couldn't sleep. The worst night. The last night. I woke up to the sound of something inside the house. Not outside. Inside. The creak. Slow. Careful. Like someone stepping through the living room. I stayed completely still. I could hear the breath catch in my throat, loud in the dark. Then another step. And then silence. No door opening. No window breaking. Just silence. And the faint scent of cologne I hadn't smelled in months. His cologne. When I finally found the courage to move, I checked the doors. All locked. Windows, too. No signs of entry. No signs of anything. But I found something in the bedroom. Folded and tucked beneath my pillow. A note. 2 words. Still yours. I moved out the next morning. Changed my number. Deleted social media. Told friends not to share anything about me without asking. I haven't heard from him since. But every night, when the house goes quiet and the clock hits 2:17, I still listen. And I still wonder how he got in. Because I never gave him a key.